Hello everybody, my name is Zen, the host of this channel, the host of all of our alters as well. As the title of this video, it clearly states the creation of this channel, ? I created this channel because throughout my previous and recent diagnosis, I found that I got curious and I searched up my diagnosis, and I was like, I want to know a little bit more about myself or my other alters. Now, in the beginning, when I was about 15, 16, I got diagnosed with MPD, because at that time it was classified as MPD, not DID. DID is Dissociative Identity Disorder, and MPD stands for Multiple Personality Disorder. Mostly the same thing, but just a different title. At that time, when I got diagnosed, I told two of my closest friends, because they could always see that I had different sides of me, where I would like to be identified as Zen, or I'd like to be identified as Tyler or somebody else, and not Luke. Luke is the birth name of this body. So at the time, I told them, and they got freaked out, and they stopped talking to me, and they just spread untrue rumors about me throughout high school and to other friends and family members. So I got outcasted there and then, and I was like, well, I'm gonna stick to myself. So I stuck to myself for a couple of years until I became 19 or 20, which is about 3 years ago. Now, when that happened, I had a partner at the time, and he was very supportive about me having MPD, and he said you should make a video on it, so which I did on my other YouTube channel that I have. It will be linked down below. On there, it is Meet My Personalities. Now, that was not a true representation of my alters or personalities, because that was staged. It wasn't staged to the point where I knew what was happening, but I triggered my alters to act and perform in ways that they didn't feel comfortable in, and I exploited their actions, and I posted it all over YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. By saying that, they hated me after that because they got bullied upon, and I also got bullied upon, and Luke also got bullied upon. And at that time, I just decided to not show my other selves on camera. Now, Luke and I, my name's Zen, but Luke, the owner of this body, and partially he's mine capacity, Luke and Zen and I, we are in harmony. We have common grounds, and we've made it an agreement that we both can share one mind, one body, and the same actions. Now, Luke, on the other hand, he's not childish. He's loving and kind and respectful, and I also am too. So we have something in common. So Luke and I, we're okay. The other alters, on the other hand, they don't really like Luke and I, because we came up with the idea of not showing them on camera, not exercising their personalities, not allowing them to take over us or talk to us or do any kind of actions with us, like play, go outside, go shopping, dress up, or anything like that. So throughout the past 3 years, we've pushed them aside and put them in a tiny shoebox, like under the bed. And Luke and I say, the most strongest personalities slash alters that there is. The others are just fragments at this stage. But a couple of weeks ago, I got diagnosed with DID. Again, MPD, but DID this time, by a psychologist that I am currently seeing. Now, I searched up on Google, what is DID? Because I knew what MPD is, but I didn't know what DID was. So I decided to search up DID, and Luke was very fascinated about it. And myself, I'm like, I'm equality and I'm peaceful. But DID didn't really stand with me. I was just like, I don't have much information on it. I would like to learn more. So I did. I watched YouTube videos. I watched other people which are suffering or that aren't suffering from DID, and it's actually like a superpower for them, protective mechanism. And I was like, this is so totally me. This is what I've been suffering with. This is what Luke's been suffering with. And I might be just a fragment of Luke's mind, but I know that I'm real, and because if I wasn't real, I wouldn't be able to talk to you right now. And it's very confusing for my half and Luke's half because, well, if we are real people, or if we're real identities, personalities, then what we've done to the other personalities slash egos or alters or whatever you want to call them, we put them in a box under the bed, not a physical bed, but just imaginary, over there somewhere, and we've just pushed them aside and not allowed them to be individuals themselves. And why am I the lucky one to be an individual? Now, there is a third in our, I guess, cluster. And in our cluster, this third is named Azra, or Azrael. Azrael is a biblical name for an angel that fell from the heavens because he helped Lucifer or Satan or something like that. But he shortened his name to Azrael because it could be with me, because Luke has decided that he wants his name changed to me and Azra, so meaning Zen Azra and then Lucas, which is his original family name, Luke's original family name. So it's very complex. Okay, so we got off a little bit topic here, but so since I've been recently diagnosed with DID, I searched it up and I found that there's a person that said it's best for you to make a channel. It's best to allow your alters, egos, your other selves come out physically over the camera or to other people. So later down the track, you can all live in harmony. Because if you ignore just 2 or 3, then one day they may come back and take over you, take control over you that bad that you could, say, this is where the stigma of DID and MPD comes from, where people say, oh, if you have it, then you're a serial killer or this, that. Well, you only become a serial killer and a murderer and, very angry and damaging and all that kind of stuff to other people and also yourself if you push your alters or your fragments into a box and push them away. Try and forget about them, not work with them, just push them away. If you do that, they'll eventually tend to hate you and they would like to wreck your life. So when they do come back, well, you're screwed. As again, I don't know what happened there. I had a bit of a switch. So this is Luke, by the way. Yeah, it was I don't know, I can't really explain my switches. It's very out-of-body experiences. Anyways, I'm currently walking now for some reason. It's only been 2 minutes or something. Can't remember where I was walking to, but I have a memory of getting an energy drink, so it might be that. So that's where I'm going.
I've never really walked around this area before, but hey. So, where were we? We were talking about DID, and why is my channel called this, and a little bit of my experiences. Seriously, I have no idea what I was talking about, but all I can say is it's freaking hot, and the flies are driving me nuts. Ugh. They like going up your fucking nose too. But anyways, I guess it's the end of this video because I can't really remember where I started or where I ended or whoever ended it. So I'll eventually see you in the next video.